What is going on, everyone? A lot have been asking about vectors, so I'm going to start a few tutorial videos of kind of the basics, how I use them, what to do with them, and then build on that. So yeah, so going forward, this will be video one. Just vectors, kind of the basics, the what, why, how, and when. So to start off, to get vectors on your chart, there are a few indicators within TradingView that you can use. The most popular one, and probably the best proponent of using vectors, is Tino from Traders Reality. So I've obviously got my vectors on the chart already, and for what it's worth, I'm using Bitcoin, Tether US, Binance, which is the spot pair. So I'll go in a little bit as to kind of switching charts and what are the best ones to use. So if you went into here, you would go Traders Reality Main by Traders Reality. You would click that on your chart. Another thing I always do as well is Traders Reality has a second indicator called PVSRA Suite. PVSRA Volume Suite. So that is a good one because that actually tracks the volume. It doesn't just put the indicators on your chart. What I do in Traders Reality Main, sorry, I do have another few indicators on my chart, but for purposes of this video, I'll just be using TR Main and the TR PVSRA Volume Suite. What I do is with the TR Main, obviously I have my vectors. I turn off my EMAs and I put these transparency down to 0 to turn those off. I literally turn everything off. Yeah, so everything is off. I turn historical levels off, like literally nothing on TR Main, bar the vector candles and bar the daily open, because that's something that I use as well. But maybe I should turn that off as well. So let's show daily open. Use daily open. Does that turn off? Okay, so let's turn daily open off. So basically now all we do is we have vectors on our chart. I'm basically on the 15-minute chart, and I have the PV SRA Volume Suite, also Traders Reality. So if you had a basic TradingView account, you should be able to use this to kind of at least get a broader picture of how to use the vector candles and the strategies without having to purchase a paid plan. So if you were just using this, obviously another thing that comes into the vector candle strategies and using the vector candles is using the EMAs and the EMA cloud. But that is something I'll get to in another video. Basically, this video is just to kind of understand what's going on with vector candles. Okay, so vector candles, you can use them across different time frames. Obviously, they appear on different time frames. So what is a vector candle? Basically, a vector candle is an increased frequency of trades of volume. So a lot of transactions. The key thing with this is vector candles appear because there's a market maker or an algorithm that is placing trades very quickly. This is something that retail or us as traders cannot do. Obviously, we only execute maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 trades within a candle, hypothetically. With the vector candles, it's high transaction volume. So vector candle volume is based on the previous 10 candles that precede. So hypothetically, if you were looking for this green vector candle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going 10 candles back. I've just marked that out, right? So vector candles, basically, they induce liquidity. They induce traders to commit to a trade, or the market maker uses vector candles to commit liquidity or induce liquidity, induce traders to go in a certain direction. So also as well, they measure tick volume, but that's obviously the number of price changes within a candle is also tick volume. So vector candles are based on tick volume, increased transactions, basically, that only a market maker or an algorithm can do to track, to induce traders, or to attract liquidity. It's based on tick volume, which is obviously the number of transactions within a candle, or the number of changes of transaction volume within a candle. And yeah, so, and then also as well, they are used for, or the way that they determine the volume and the color, is based on the previous 10 candles. So green vector, based on the previous 10 candles, the volume or the tick transactional volume has increased by 200%, or 2 times as much as the previous 10 candles. The highest, basically, of the previous 10 candles, transaction has increased. Red vector candle, and also as well, that's buy volume. With the red vector candle, sell volume, previous 10 candles, 200% increase of volume within the previous 10 candles. Blue candle, basically only 150% of the previous 10 candles. Same thing, but blue is also to induce buyers, but also as well, it means, depending where it comes into the play, but obviously this is for later, it depends where the candle appears, but I'm just going over kind of the colors. So blue's 150% of the previous 10 candles. Violet, buy 150%. Violet or purple, pink is sell 150% of the previous 10 candles. Obviously, where vectors appear, there's obviously a different strategy to use them to figure out what to do when, but that will be discussed in a future video. So yeah, that's basically how I do the vectors. So you have green, red, blue, and violet or purple. Basically, they are just showing an increase in volume, or increase in tick volume, increase in transactions, for a market maker to try and induce liquidity, or force people to commit to a trade, a direction. Could be long, could be a short, buy or sell. So the 4 vector candle types do different things. So green vector candle, basically, from my understanding and what I've learned of them, in a green vector candle, it will be liquidating shorts, a market maker closing its longs as price moves up, a market maker building their shorts, and then obviously the main thing for this is the retail's FOMOing long within that candle. So obviously traders going long, it's inducing longs, but that is always not the case as well. We don't necessarily want to commit to a long when there's a big green candle or big green vector candle, but that's kind of the basis of kind of market or kind of retail trader mentality. They see a big green candle, they're going to FOMO long. Okay, a red vector candle, it will be liquidating longs, market maker closing their shorts, market maker building a long or long positions, and obviously retail FOMOing short. A blue vector candle is just a slowdown because it's only 150% of the last 10 candles. A blue vector candle, depending where it is obviously means a slowdown in volume, and a reversal could be inbound, or it means, yeah, so a blue vector candle can either mean a slowdown. Obviously it implies there's a slowdown in volume. There'll be a reversal imminent, so depending where a blue vector candle is and the type of candle the blue candle is, that obviously suggests a reversal. And then obviously a pink or violet vector candle pretty much suggests the opposite of a blue vector candle. Means, yeah, a slowdown in volume or reversal of volume. It also suggests a reversal as such, but that'll be further explained in the video that I do with the kind of the formations and kind of where and how to use the vector candles. Another thing with vector candles that's quite important is what time frames you use. Generally what I do is I use kind of standard forex or traditional finance based time frames. So I would use 15-minute, let me just hide that. I would use 15-minute, 5-minute, when it populates, 5-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly. So those are the key ones to use, and then obviously to watch what happens with those time frames. Kind of depending what you are looking for within trading, obviously those are the different time frames I would use generally as a basis, but obviously that can change. So that could either be if you're scalping 5, 10, 15 minute, if you're swing trading 1 to 4 hour vectors, and then obviously way longer hold, obviously daily, weekly, for kind of big high time frame macro reversals. So flipping back to the 15-minute, so flipping back to the 15-minute, I don't know why I put the vector candles on, but we can just put that up. There's the zones on there, but yeah, I think that's basically what I understand or how I use and look at them. So this is just basically the introduction where I've gone over what they are, what their plan is, and what they actually do, the 4 different types, the time frames I use. Also as well, something that is probably mentioned is like where the vectors appear. So obviously that is very key. That's obviously in the more trading type videos that I'll do to show kind of how I use them and what to do, kind of what to do when, obviously not a steadfast rule as to yes you see this, do this, but kind of to give you an idea as a trader as to what to do and use them. And then yeah, so that's basically my ideas on the basics of vector candles. So in the other videos I'll be doing different things, different strategies, like tracking the volume, looking at vector formations, looking at a few different strategies. So yeah, and not to say that I know everything about these. I've learned a lot because I've used them for 2 to 3 years. I've obviously learned this from Traders Reality or Tino, and then a few other content creators on YouTube and in various discords, and yeah, but with anything it goes down to looking at kind of using them yourself and learning for yourself. Of course there's strategies and what I'm saying and a few other things, but at the end of the day you need to learn and back test. So obviously I won't be able to do all the back testing on this, but for vector candles, basically just to finish off on something I probably didn't get to, was just the charts to use. Sorry, this is something that I forgot to mention. So with vector candles, either the chart you need to use is Bitcoin, Tether US, the spot pair. You use the with PVSRA you can override your chart symbol. So the other one to use is the BTC USDT .p perpetuals if you want to superimpose that volume onto your chart. But those are the 2 best to use. I use both. I flip and switch between. Sorry, something I didn't mention, but obviously this is going to be mentioned in strategies as well as to what to do in kind of the upcoming video. So this is just the intro video. Went a bit longer than what I would expected, but this is just kind of the intro video for now, and I'll be try and post another one in a bit. Thanks guys.